Yes. There's Rocksteady, The Forehead, live at King of the Pit TV. We're learning about Victory Records now, people. Quite a controversial label at its later period. Also put out some incredible bands. The Victory Records roster back in the day. I mean, I wasn't there to enjoy it back in the day, but I've seen some quality acts put out, and we're going to have a little browse through there, alright? Ooh, I'm enjoying a little Sublime Lime tonight, people. So class is in session. If you yourself were a member of Victory Records, got signed by Victory Records, had a product or merchandise or enjoyed bands from Victory Records, make yourself known and let's jump straight in. So, Victory Records is a Chicago... I don't know nothing, by the way, so this is all like fresh to me. We've got plenty of space to discuss things. Victory Records is a Chicago-based record label founded by Tony Brummel. Operates a music publishing company called Another Victory Inc. and is the distributor of several record labels. God damn. It has featured many prominent artists, including Thursday, Hawthorne Heights, Silverstein perhaps, Taking Back Sunday, Bayside, Streetlight Manifesto, and A Day to Remember. Streetlight Manifesto went at it with one of their labels at one point. Was that Victory? Before we delve into it, shall we find out? Victory Records dispute. Yeah, here we go. We got some good stuff. September 2019, years after buying part of the label's catalogue, Concord bought Victory Records and Another Victory for $30 million. Craft Recordings has been managing Victory record catalogue since Concord acquired the label. Victory has since not signed any new bands or released any new records. Instead, the label operates for the current distribution of the label's alumni, as well as for reissues. Victory's catalogue includes 4,500 master recordings and 3,500 compositions through its publisher, Another Victory. Alright, parent company is Concord. I don't know much about Concord. It's an independent creative rights company that develops, manages, and acquires sound recordings. Blah. Founded in '89, status inactive. Distributed by UMG, aka Universal Music Group. Genre is punk rock, hardcore punk, emo, heavy metal, alternative rock, and yeah, we know that it's from Chicago. I didn't know it's from Chicago initially. History. I always associate Chicago with violence. History, originally focusing on hardcore punk and post-hardcore bands, Victory later expanded its roster to include emo and pop punk acts. In early 2002, 25% of the label was announced to have been sold to MCA Records. However, later that year, the deal was terminated by Victory. Victory is currently partnered with and distributed by Sony's Red Distribution. It was announced in April 2014 that the label would be sponsoring a Victory Records stage for the entirety of the Rockstar Energy Drink Mayhem Festival, featuring 5 of their artists, Amir, El Nino, Wretched, Islander, and Irima. I don't really know. I know Amir. El Nino is an American metal band. Should I check out El Nino? Because I've seen them pop up every once in a while. Obviously, it wouldn't be something I'd go out of my way to check out, but am I missing something? Do you want me to check it out? Wretched must not be a great band, because why have I never really come across them? American death metal band. Islander, American rock band, and a Rimheart, if that's how it's pronounced, Canadian extreme metal band. Right, there you go. They dress as leather-clad corpses during the performance. Oh, they would continue, very original. They would continue to sponsor the stage through the 8th annual festival with 5 of their artists to be announced. Right, Another Victory Publishing. Another Victory is the sister publishing company to Victory Records, founded in 1997. The company holds a variety of worldwide sub-publishing deals, including those with Mushroom Group, BMG Chrysalis, David Gresham Publishing, CTM Publishing, Clippers Music, Fuji Pacific Music Inc., Fuji Pacific Music, Gulliver Music Publishing, Bracement Brazil, Muso Limited Music Publishing. Representing a catalogue of over 5,000 songs, Another Victory has landed a multitude of big-name placements for its artists' tracks on various movies, games, and advertisements. Now, before we go into what it's put on, that's where the money is. As an artist, as a musician, getting a publishing deal and getting your music synced with media, that is where the money is. Television program, you know what I mean? House having what is it? Teardrop by I don't know what I forgot the band. That's money. That's money. Somebody wants it. You want to get on the Shrek soundtrack, they're going to pay you to be on that soundtrack if you get chosen, alright? Including Chain Gang by Close Your Eyes in NHL 15, Like LaMotta by Amir on Secrets and Lies, which was a US TV series, All I Want by A Day to Remember in Crazy Taxi, yes, Crazy Taxi, Die Knowing by Comeback Kid on The Challenge Free Agents, and Let Me Teach You How to Eat by Reverend Horton Heat on Ridiculousness. Surprising that these more extreme acts are getting sync licensing. Distributed labels. So Victory has had distribution deals with Sumerian Records, Rise Records, and Red Chord Records. In July 2012, it was announced that Victory would become the distribution home for Boston MA-based record label We Are Triumphant. On May 10th, 2013, Victory announced they will be distributing Ice Cream Records. On September 9, 2014, Famined Records signed... That wasn't a band, they didn't sign that. The Sneeze, asterisk, asterisk. Famined Records signed a distribution deal with Victory. On February 9th, 2017, it was announced that Wilhelm Records will be exclusively distributed through Victory Records. Right. Current EI Carbon Copy. Now, I don't necessarily know what this means, to be honest with you. This is a realm I need to work out. So, distributed labels. So, they got distribution deals with... Yo, any industry heads want to let me know the inside? Anyway, we're getting to the good stuff. Criticism. One of the bands I know that had beef with this label was one of the most controversial bands of our time, One Life Crew. They got dropped by Victory for a riot of some sort that happened at an event which was incited by the band for the most part. Very controversial band. But yeah, that's as much as I know. So let's see if it pops up by any chance. Victory Records has had some negative relations with artists signed to the label. Over the years, multiple bands have cited grievances, conflicts, or filed lawsuits against the record label, while others have stayed with the record label for years, or even came back to Victory after releasing albums on different labels. Former Victory band Thursday has had a conflict with the label, citing issues with royalties. The band also cited an incident involving the Victory Records marketing staff producing whoopee cushions for the promotion of their 2001 album Full Collapse against their wishes. Bruh, that's true. If the label starts putting whoopee cushion merchandise in bands, oh man. I've seen a couple of bands relatively local to, I've come up with a couple of these people and known them not on a personal basis, but enough to know them. And have been picked up by, decent labels and such. And they'll just rebrand crazy. And they'll put out merchandise, which is so absurd. And you think, that's obviously a marketing ploy. But that's so out of character for who you were sort of being back when I saw you around, if you know where I'm coming from. And more than likely, it's the label. So they put whoopee cushions out, which is daft, for the album Full Collapse. Thursday stated in the DVD accompanying their compilation album Kill the House Lights that they chose to go to a major label, which was Island Def Jam in 2002, and after fulfilling their contract, Tony Brummel and Victory Records welcomed Thursday back with open arms. In a 2021 podcast interview, Atreyu guitarist Dan Jacobs spoke ill of Victory and the label's founder, saying they had issues with Tony Brummel and his awful, scummy ways. Wow. On July 12, 2015, Will Francis of horror punk band Aiden, Die Romantic, posted on their official Facebook that they sold 500,000 albums total through Victory Records and were not paid. Despite the controversy, relations between Victory Records and its bands have not all been negative. Close Your Eyes and El Nino have mentioned positive relations multiple times in interview, and Mier has said specifically Victory does good business, and if you're a band that is expecting more than what you get, then you're going to feel cheated and robbed. That's basically saying that Mier have got low expectations, to be honest with you. Here we go, Hawthorne Heights lawsuit. On August 7, 2006, the Victory signed band Hawthorne Heights announced in a manifesto on their website that they were leaving the label and filed a lawsuit accusing Victory of fraudulent accounting practices and for severely damaging the band's reputation and relationship with their fans. Brummel allegedly issued public statements in the band's name criticizing hip hop singer Neo, whose CD, in my own words, was Hawthorne Heights' most prominent competition on the Billboard 200 charts. Wow, he spoke on behalf of the band, as well as urging fans and street team members to conceal copies of Neo's CD and record store to sabotage his sales. On September 13, 2006, Victory Records countersued Hawthorne Heights, accusing the band of breach of contract and libel. Wow. Oh, not when the countersue comes out. Oh. In October 2006, a Chicago judge dismissed two of the three main claims in the band's suit, ruling that the trademark and copyright violation allegations were unfounded. On March 5, 2007, a federal judge in Chicago ruled that Victory Records does not hold exclusive rights for the band's recording services and that the band can record for any label. Specifically, the judge stated the agreement contains no exclusivity provision, nor does any of its language appear to prevent the band from recording elsewhere during the life of the agreement. The judge later reaffirmed this ruling on May 17, 2007, stating that Hawthorne Heights is still contractually bound to deliver 2 albums to Victory, but may record albums which are released elsewhere. Wow, that's interesting. You don't come across that often. That's an awkward relationship, that, isn't it? Because you'd want to give the bad records to Victory, but at the flip side, why would you want to put bad records out as a band? In January 2008, Victory filed a lawsuit against Virgin/EMI Records, alleging that Virgin EMI improperly induced platinum-selling band Hawthorne Heights to repudiate its contract with top independent label Victory Records, including allegations that Virgin EMI funded the initial phase of Hawthorne Heights' lawsuit against Victory. The suit saw actual damages of $10 million and punitive damages of $25 million. Here we go, another lawsuit, a day to remember. On this, here we go, Streetlight Manifesto lawsuit. So, a day to remember. On December 15, 2011, it was announced that metalcore band A Day to Remember planned on filing a civil action against the label for breach of contract. Legal action was reportedly initiated on May 31st of that year, in which the band claimed that Victory owed them over £75,000 in royalties. Victory Records has said on their behalf that the lawsuit is actually about the band's refusal to fulfill their 5-album contractual commitment to Victory and their newfound desire to move to a label. On October 5th, 2013, I mean, in reference to that, it's going to be tough because as a band, as you sign a multi-album deal with, a mid, tier record label, and you find great success and realize you still have to oblige to your contractual duties, whereas, you could be seeing the fame. I'm not even going to do that because you're not seeing the money. Let's be real. The further up the chain you're going, them labels are just rinsing you. And that's coming from someone who has no idea about anything to do with it. So I don't actually know. I'm just making bold statements, people. But it must be mad in a multi-album deal, growing up and creating a great brand and selling out and thinking, wow, we've still got these chains wrapped around us. We could be elsewhere now. So, on October 5th, 2013, news outlets reported that A Day to Remember had been given permission to self-release their new album, Common Courtesy, without any involvement from Victory. The album was released digitally on October 8th, 2013. Victory and the band released statements in response to the court ruling. On November 26, 2016, A Day to Remember won the lawsuit. This 5 years on, A Day to Remember won the lawsuit against Victory Records. The band was given $4 million and won 3 of the 4 issues. They were suing Victory for fulfilling the band's contract. What's that? 3 of the 4 issues they were suing Victory. Wow. And they could have won more. Controlling the band's publishing and digital royalty withheld from the band. Victory won the band's master recordings. So let's be real. Victory were screwing these artists. Victory were illegally screwing these artists to be losing lawsuits in regards to the royalties. Design the Skyline criticism. So, beginning in May 2011, the label was widely criticised for signing groups perceived as inferior to many of the bands they signed in the past. Oh, that's tight. Some bloggers called Design the Skyline the worst band ever, which is great marketing. Although Victory refused to comment on the signing, they continued. Sorry, people, I got the sniffles, man. Although Victory refused to comment on the signing, they continued to promote the band regardless of criticism. Why the heck not? Sell out. The band, however, did comment on their controversy, stating, "We really don't mind. We can honestly see why people give us negative feedback for one, the way we look and the fact we got signed to a mainly hardcore metal label with just one song. We stick out like a sore thumb, and not to mention how young we are." They signed just after one song. That's a bit mad, innit? Who was connected? Who was connected? Because that's a bit mad. Streetlight Manifesto lawsuit. So, ska punk group Streetlight Manifesto has had numerous conflicts and has had generally poor relationship with Victory Records. The band left the label after their album The Hands That Thieve in February 2012. Sorry, people. In February 2012, I didn't listen to that Streetlight record. I did used to like Streetlight back in the day, and I probably could revisit the records and really enjoy them because they were fantastic, even down to the lyrical content. Really superb. Catch 22 is, Catch 22. Keysby Nights was it called? And then they did revisited that album with Streetlight. Yeah, fantastic. Something like that, at least. Riding the fourth wave. In February 2012, Streetlight went so far as to request that their fans boycott their music and other items from the Victory Records label's online store. That's a liberty. On October 20th, 2015, media outlets reported of a £1 million lawsuit filed by Victory Records against lead vocalist Thomas Kalnoky. The lawsuit was filed in regard to the band not fulfilling their record deal of 4 studio albums to be released under Victory. That's mad how the label's just suing them heavy for not obliging. Artists don't expect this stuff, man. The band released 5 albums while on the label. However, Victory claims that the band agreed not to count this album as one of the 4 albums under its contract to receive a $10,000 emergency advance. Victory also claims that the band's album 99 Songs of Revolution Volume 1 does not count towards the contract due to it being a covers album. The lawsuit claims the $1 million is to be paid for Streetlight not fulfilling their 4-album record deal, as well as damages for copyright infringement relating to the release of their last album, The Hands That Thieve, in which Thomas Kalnoky released an acoustic version of the album under his pseudonym Tokay, titled The Hand That Thieves. The Tokay release was officially cancelled, however the release was later made available online. Man, we're blurring lines here. On April 19th, 2017, the band announced on their social media pages that a settlement had been reached with Victory Records. As part of the settlement, Victory Records sold all Streetlight Manifesto master tapes back to the band. Wow, what a long journey, man. Having to get into that legal, horrific space with the record label, man. Not good at all, not good at all. Let's have a little dig at the artists on Victory Records then. We've got some current bands here. Currently, Abandoned by Bears. Cro-Mags with Harley Flanagan assigned to Victory. Anybody like Reverend Horton Heat? I think I played one of their numbers on Guitar Hero, and that's as most as I know about them. Some of these song titles are metalcore as hell. Awaken I Am, Abandoned by Bears, We Were Sharks. You know what I mean? Aiden, All Out War. Yes, we need to do some All Out War on this channel. Atreyu, I really like Atreyu. Bad Brains were on them. And there we go. We got an half decent roster. Let's be real. I'm just gonna bypass that. And yeah, very cool. So that was a little insight into Victory Records. Could have potentially put a little more info on this page, but I guess here we are. I'm signing out, people. I'll see you on the flip side. Leave some stories down below, alright?